week of action, yet not just about today. In the days leading up to it, the variety of events have been fantastic for the track and field fans, and we continue that theme with the Exfinity Men's 200. And Addo Bolden rejoins me, Lee Diffie, and we get treated here to the Olympic champion.
Yeah, he defeated Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek last summer in Paris. He lost his mother last May and turned that grief into motivation to go get Botswana's first Olympic gold on the track.
Mentioned earlier that we didn't have Quincy Hall in the men's 400. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Kung Fu Kenny run this afternoon. He was a late withdrawal as well. But we do get to see Trinidad and Tobago's Jereem Richards.
He got a bronze in the 200 at the 2017 World Championships, but he's adept at both 200 and 400. He was just off the podium in Paris in the 400. In fact, the time that he ran to get that fourth place, nobody had ever run that fast in the Olympics in the 400 and not gotten a medal.
Jereem's on the outside of Tobago in lane 8, so we'll give Tobago an early look at him. Aaron Brown of Canada's way on the inside. Kyrie King in there. Robert Gregory. Joseph Fanboulet is in lane 4. Then Courtney Lindsey. Ogando is in 6. And then Lavelle of Jamaica way out wide.
Yeah, you have 3 finalists from Paris, places 1, 5, and 7. But this guy on your screen would have had lane choice, and he put himself in 7 because he wants to get off that turn.
Exfinity Men's 200 is underway. Paris was special for Tobago. What's it going to be here at Pre?
Wow, well, he's gone right past Jereem Richards. He has some company on the inside, though. But so far, the Olympic champion holding strong.
Courtney Lindsey is pressuring him, but here comes Letsile Tebogo, winning at the Nike Prefontaine Classic.
And that's the fastest time in the world by quite a margin. So after not breaking 20 all season, the Olympic champion is right back where he needs to be with this sub-19.8 performance.
That tells you everything you need to know about his approach and his attitude with the World Championships looming just 70 days away.
So let's take another look at this half lap. He had a really good response to the gun. But then as they straightened for home, he had some competition from Lindsey on the inside. But as Lindsey started to tie up, Tebogo did not. And that's what got him to the finish line first in a world-leading performance of 1976. A season's best for Lindsey in second, and the Olympic finalist Ogando from the Dominican Republic in third in 1994, as 3 men get under 20 seconds flat.
And some good times today in a variety of events.
Quite frankly, I'm a little jealous of Kara because the distances have had world records and fantastic meet records. The sprints haven't quite been there, but this is one of the better sprint events. That 19.7 is a good performance for the Olympic champion who's going to be trying to win a world title later this summer in Japan.
Yeah, rub your hands together. You get to see Tobago and hopefully Noah and Kenny Bednarek in Tokyo.
Well, Letsile, from the gun to the finish, what does this 1976 tell you about your fitness and your shape for this World Championship year?
I mean, this is our first race after the injury that we had in Rabat. So I'm happy with the performance, and it's something that we didn't expect. We are looking at some 19.9s, some 20 low. So with this 19.7, I believe we're on the right track, just to continue where we have been.
How much has your life changed since you won the Olympic gold in Paris?
I mean, it opened many doors for the team, not just me, because I have a team around me. So everybody.
The atmosphere in Eugene was charged with excitement as the world attention turned to the Exfinity Men's 200 meters at the Nike Prefontaine Classic. The lineup promised something special, but all eyes were on Letsile Tebogo, the Olympic champion from Botswana, a young man who has turned personal tragedy into historic triumph. Last summer in Paris, Tebogo stunned the athletics world when he defeated Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek to claim Botswana's first ever Olympic gold medal on the track. It was a victory born out of deep resilience, coming just months after the heartbreaking loss of his mother in May. That grief became his driving force, pushing him to greatness. Now, Less than 3 months before the World Championships in Japan, Tebogo returned to the track to make a statement. The field in Eugene was packed with quality. Jereem Richards of Trinidad and Tobago, a World Championship medalist in both the 200 and 400 meters. Courtney Lindsey of the United States, an Olympic finalist, and Alexander Ogando of the Dominican Republic, another world-class sprinter. Missing from the lineup were Bednarek and Quincy, both late withdrawals, but the competition remained fierce. When the gun fired, Tebogo, starting in lane 7, exploded out of the blocks. His acceleration was smooth, confident, and controlled. The mark of a champion who knows exactly what pace he needs to deliver. Quickly, he ate up the stagger on Richards in lane 8, surging ahead as they came off the curve. On his inside, Courtney Lindsey began to close the gap, but Tebogo remained calm, his stride long and efficient, his expression composed. Down the final straight, Lindsey briefly looked like he might challenge, but Tebogo's form never faltered. His rhythm held steady while others began to tighten up. With 20 meters to go, the Botswanan star powered away, crossing the line first in a world-leading time of 19.76 seconds, the fastest mark of the season by a clear margin and his best performance since the Olympics. For a man who had not broken 20 seconds all season, this was the perfect rebound. It signaled that Tebogo was back to his best, right on track for another world-class campaign. Lindsey finished second with a strong 19.87, while Ogando secured third in 19.94. Behind them, Robert Gregory clocked 20.04, Jereem Richards finished fifth in 20.23, and Lyles of Jamaica followed with 20.25. The result confirmed what fans already suspected, that Letsile Tebogo remains the man to beat in the 200 meters. His combination of youth, technical precision, and mental fortitude sets him apart. Even after a minor injury earlier in the season in Rabat, his comeback has been nothing short of impressive. Speaking after the race, Tebogo expressed satisfaction with his performance, admitting that he and his team hadn't expected such a fast time so soon. "We were looking for 19.9 or maybe low 20, he said with a smile. "So, with this 19.7, I believe we're on the right track. We just have to continue." He also reflected on how his Olympic victory transformed his life, not just for himself, but for the people around him. "It opened many doors for the team," he said. "Everyone keeps pushing forward together." Tebogo's maturity is remarkable for someone still in his early 20s. Each race he runs now feels like part of a larger story, one that began on the tracks of Gaborone and has carried him to the highest stages of the sport. His 19.76 not only reaffirmed his status as the world's leading 200-meter sprinter this season, but also hinted that he might be on the verge of something even greater. With the World Championships approaching, fans can only imagine the showdown that awaits. Tebogo versus Lyles versus Bednarek, a clash that could redefine sprinting dominance. If this race in Eugene was any indication, Tebogo's confidence, poise, and form make him the clear favorite heading into Tokyo. The Prefontaine Classic once again delivered what it's famous for: elite performances, electric crowds, and a glimpse of the sport's future. And at the center of it all stood Letsile Tebogo, calm, composed, and ready to write the next chapter in his remarkable journey.